Yes, people, and welcome back to the Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. It's good to be back. Looking forward to this show, a very special show. I've got a special guest on tonight, a long-time friend and foe. Yeah, call it what you want. Joining his partner, Mr. Big D. But I will reveal when he comes on. And also, just to say, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. As I said, we're on the road to 300. I might have said something maybe out of hand last week. That's probably why I lost 2 subscribers. Who cares? Yeah, we go. And it's good to be back. Chili will be on a little bit later, still at work. Ez will be on soon. So listen, we're going to commence with the show. So first of all, let me bring in Mr. Big D, Mr. Kofi Klopp, but now you never walk alone. I think he's ditched Klopp. And we have a special guest. We have a very special guest, a long-time Man United fan, always grilling me over the years. And this is Mr. Jason Pitta. He was in the chat last week. Welcome. And just as we speak, we got Ez coming in. So let me add Ez in there. We're all here, bros. We're all here.
Yes, Ezra.
We're all here tonight. We're all here tonight. As I said, just waiting for Chili. He was going to be a bit late, but listen, let's proceed with the show and welcome. So first of all, let me just go around the table and let me first of all go to Big D and just say, how are we?
I'm all right, Norm.
Big D, how are we? Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I'm good, bro.
You sure?
I'm good. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Football can be a humbler, but football can be a good education as well. I've had a great weekend. I mean, I know Jason will know him. We celebrated Richard Mitchell's 50th birthday in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So that was a proper reunion thing going on there. It was mad. It's like faces I ain't seen in 20 years. You know them ones. So yeah, a good weekend, and then we were at a gig. We were at a gig on Sunday. Late.
Yeah, man. You went to see the special Rolls Royce, yeah? Obviously.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I heard it's kicking.
Yeah. Good gig. They have man like Steve Morgan on bass. I'm sure Jason might remember Steve Morgan. And Jonathan Rodney, which is John Gray's stepson on drums, and them man's rocked it, man. I mean, really nice gig. Yeah,
mate, did you carry your bass with you just in case? Yeah?
I should have walked with the axe, you know once. Nah, I was just chilling, man. I was part of the crowd, just hyping it. But yeah,
it's all good. It's all good.
Busy weekend, but a great weekend. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That's all good, man. That's all good. We'll come to that later on in the show. Mr. Kofi, you never walk alone. He used to be Kofi Klopp. He's dropped the surname by default. He's changed his name by default. But how are we doing?
There are better days ahead. Had a blessed weekend, and we ride how it is. It is what it is right now.
It is what it is. Yeah. Peak bus times. Yeah, peak bus times. Yeah.
I can't even remember what happened to Liverpool at this weekend.
Yeah. Man United fans.
Seriously, you win, you lose.
You're sitting pretty right now where you are, but listen, it's not good enough. It's not
what happened to Liverpool. Seriously, I'm gonna have to look it up. Sorry, carry on. Then. Sorry, then.
Bro, Jay, could you turn up your mic a bit or get closer to it? I can't hear you. You sound a little bit muffled. Yeah, we need to hear clarity in your voice. Yeah, cool. Mr. Ez, how are we, bro?
You know what? Bittersweet for me, man. Good. All right, no, let's start with the good. It's a good week. Generally, it's all good. Me and Nell's been busy, but all good, man. All good round here. But football-wise, bit of because we should have beaten Liverpool. Jason, it was a 0-0 draw. That's why it was a boring game. Sorry.
Let's not go deep into that.
We will get into it later. But I'm just trying to explain that my week could have been better because we should have won. But on the other side, last week I was talking about my phone pinging off because Chelsea making signings, and it's continued. Yeah, since it continued. Since this last week we signed Mudryk. This week we've signed another winger from PSV.
When is it going to stop? When will it stop, bro? When will it stop?
signed a centre back as well.
We signed him, but no, we signed him before. He's played a couple games now.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He done okay. He done okay in both of the games as well.
Putting a bid for a right back today, and we're looking for a centre mid as well. So it's all going off at Chelsea. This phone doesn't stop. So don't be surprised during the show if I'm like, what's going on? But that's bittersweet. Could have beat Liverpool, but we're making signings, so I'm a happy man.
Cool. Let's big up to Scott Kirk, who's all the way in New Zealand.
Yes,
so
Scott.
He's in the future, watching us in the future, I think. If not, so big up to Scott. I know you missed a couple of shows that we did, but yeah, man, it's good to have you on the show, man. I hope you really enjoyed the weekend. I'm sure you did. And the ungodly time that you had to probably get up to watch the Arsenal Man United game. So listen, man, it's all good. Thank you for your support and everything. Let me move on to Mr. JP.
Going on, Jay.
A long time Man United supporter. And, you know, he's wearing his proud shirt there. You know what I mean? Let me see that badge, man. Man. They see it there, man.
What happened? Listen,
So we say, Jason, what you say, brother? How are we?
If I'm honest, right? On the day and the day after, it hurts. Defeats hurt. And they hurt more against Arsenal, right? But the reality is, Arsenal, Man United at different points in their development under the manager. And so I understand. And to be fair, you know, we'll get into the game, but I thought Arsenal probably, you know, deserved to win the game anyway. So, but yeah, I'm all good, man. Listen, Man United, we're doing the right things. This is the first time I can say that in a long time. We are doing all the right things. And, you know, we have to carry passengers still. We still got man like Scott McTominay having a free bus pass and stuff in football matches. So, you know, we'll get there, though.
We got Craig.
Yes, Craig.
We got all the time there. Yeah, man. Yeah. But listen, debutant for Jason. And hopefully, you know, he'll probably be a regular guest on the show. I'm sure people, once you listen to his views and everything, I'm sure you would want to hear a lot more from him. He's quite controversial. He's very level-headed as well. So yeah, the only thing he supports Man United. That's the only thing. Right. Yeah, one or two signings that our team will look even more dangerous. That's from Craig. Yeah, definitely. I do think we do need to get in one or two more signings. I mean, what we've got in so far, Trossard and that Jakob guy from Spinster. I think that's the name of the thing. He's a young prospect, 22 years old. I think he is. And he's a left-footed defender. So we needed cover for Gabriel. And also he can play in the defensive midfield area as well. Very good with distribution of the ball as well. So Arteta's looking at that. So he's looking at a player that's very flexible. And yeah, it's all good. Scott's saying, it pains me to say it, but Erik ten Hag is definitely the right man for the job. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's correct, Craig.
Absolutely, mate. And let's just go through the show tonight in terms of what we're going to be speaking about. And as usual, we are going to be looking at the Prem review and your player ratings. Whether you want to give them a rating or not, it's up to you. I didn't see anything with regards to ref watch, but maybe, I don't know, the goal that Nketiah scored, or maybe was an offside from our player Zinchenko. Who knows? So maybe you want to probably have looked at and see if there was any issues with certain games where the referee or VAR had a bit of a nightmare this weekend. Not much to talk about, but listen, it's there on the agenda. Also, is the much needed rivalry back to stay? And we all know what we're talking about. Is the much needed rivalry back to stay? And the other one here is Mr. Frank got lamped. Yeah, it was coming. Yeah, and who is the favourite to take the poison chalice? And the last one is transfers. Anything to declare, Ezra? Anything to declare again?
This is Ezra's phone going off again, but the ping.
Yeah. Most definite. Yeah. Craig. Yeah. My thoughts exactly. I would start Trossard. I'd rest Martinelli. He looked really tired on Sunday. He wasn't really in the game. Very tired. And I just think when he should have brought on Trossard a bit earlier. But listen, Trossard was kind of part of that, setting up that last minute winner. So, you know, he's come on and he's come on at the right time. But yeah, I would definitely start him against Man City. Obviously, we've got an FA Cup game coming up this Friday to 8 o'clock away to Man City. And a question was asked on one of our Arsenal chats to say whether we should go with a strong team or not. Now, listen, we play on Friday and then we don't play again until the 4th of February. Right, so I would go with a strong team. But the problem is our squad, our first 11, maybe 13 is good, but our bench is not brilliant. And when you look at Man City's bench, their bench would easily make it into our first team, easily. So it's going to be interesting. It will kind of set the agenda going forward for the next time we meet. We play Man City 3 times. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of team, Arteta puts out. I'm just hoping that we, who was saying it? I was talking to, I can't remember who it was, but they basically said, listen, whatever happens on Friday. If we lose, we lose. We're focusing on the league, and that's what it is. Yes, big up Calvin. What you saying, bro? And
yes,
the panel and Brother Peter. Yeah, so that's for Calvin there. I don't know if this guy is a new Escamad. Arsenal really doing the business at the mall. Welcome to the chat. If this is the first time you've been on, and welcome to the chat. Please like, subscribe, and hit that share button, please. Please. Welcome to the chat, and please feel free to join in. But listen, let's begin with the Premier League game. Now, last week Wednesday, as you all know, we the postponed games, game week. I think it was game week 7 and game week.
It was game week 7.
Game week 7. Yeah, game week 7. Who's this? Oh, it's Daryl. Yes, Escamad. So Daryl. If it's the Daryl I'm thinking about, is your fellow Liverpool supporter there, Kofi. So you've got some support there in the chat.
I need some.
That's the problem with Arsenal bench. The Ukrainian left back, the midfielder is a proper player. Can't spell his name. Zinchenko, you're talking about. Plays that inverted role. I mean, the guy was he had 80 in that game. He had 85 touches in that game. He had 85 touches in that game. Unbelievable. He was in midfield. He was all over the place. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm really pleased about that. I'm really pleased about it. I know Jason is. Don't worry, we'll come to that. Yeah,
he's a top player. He's a top player. He's a top player.
Right. So listen.
Daryl. Yeah, I remember Daryl.
Yeah, remember Daryl. Yeah, man, Daryl.
Yeah.
Escrimad. I wonder what that is all about. Escrimad. Zinchenko was magnificent. Absolutely, Craig. Absolutely unplayable. Brilliant. But anyway, let's just quickly go back to game week 7. That was a postponed game. That was Crystal Palace 1, Man United 1. Now, listen, this game, it was a game that I felt Man United needed to win going into the Arsenal game.
Can I correct you?
Yeah.
I think it's a game that Man United didn't need to play. Because the league well know that this was the biggest game of the season so far, and you snuck that game in to try and mess us up. They don't want Ten Hag to succeed. Me on that one. There's a real agenda there. Now, man might think I'm in my feelings. I'm telling you straight. We did not need to play that Palace game in the week because we got a cup game tonight, so we didn't need to play that Palace game. That could have gone later on for a double game week and made sure that everybody was present and correct for the big one.
Here we go. Listen, let me just go and get the violin out a minute. Gosh.
No, but Big D, we know the way this works. Big teams play, midweek games, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
we don't get week off.
A week off to
another big game.
Right, yeah.
That doesn't happen to big teams.
Exactly. I hear you,
I'm just putting it out there, mate.
And Jason,
when I invite guests on here, they need to behave themselves. You might come in my yard and say, "Yo, let me take over the kitchen." Yeah, what you got? You know what I mean, bro? Behave yourself, brother. Yeah, behave, bro. But listen. Let me just go here. Big up to Root Calls, brother. Yeah.
Yes, Root Calls.
Ez, Big D, Kofi, and guest. Yeah, that's Jason Peter, big Man United fan. What's he saying? The martial arts I do is called. Oh, right, okay. So he's a martial arts expert. So watch out. Vieira did his job, thanks. Yeah, Vieira did his job, thanks. And Calvin is saying, come on, Ten Hag, Man U should have beaten Palace. Respect to the former Arsenal legend, invincible captain. Yes, he did his job. All right. Now, in this game, all right, D, I know you said it, it wasn't a game that needed to be played, but it had to be played, okay? And my sentiments was, even on the show, I think they had scored when we was live anyway. So you was giving
that's right.
You're just giving it some of that. And to be honest, I thought Man United was going to go on because Crystal Palace have just been a bit of doldrums at the moment, you know what I mean? And I just thought that, Man United would go on comfortably win that game.
Yeah.
It's
something I said, Norm. It's something I said to you in the 3 shows that we have been wasteful. And I know Jason can testify to this, where in the second half, like in the first half of a game, it comes to half time and I say, we should be 3-0 up, and we maybe just 1-0 up, or you know what I mean? And I think that has come to haunt us in quite a few games. Where I'm saying we just got to be more clinical, and I know it will come, but the club's got to get sore before we can strike the light.
In that game, Rashford didn't have a really brilliant game. I heard he didn't really have a good game.
It was very leggy.
Yeah,
he was very leggy, man. Yeah,
really tired in that game.
But he's your talisman. I mean, scoring.
And you know what?
If he had scored in that game, he would have been 9 games straight.
Unlike Martial, Rashford will never ask for a sub. You have to pull him yourself. He will never look to the bench and say, get me out of here. He'll just suck it up and get on with it. So I got to tip my hat to him, but he was, like Jason would say, he's very leggy on things. And like you say, he's the one that's really been keeping us afloat with the goals as well. So,
but this is the question, Why did he risk Casemiro in that game?
Yeah, that's the question I want to ask,
Well, so in my opinion, right? He had no choice but to play him. And the reason I say that is because what we've got to try and do is capitalize on every game. So there's no point in us looking to the Arsenal game and you go and lose that game or we drop points anyway. In hindsight, you look at it and you think, we just got to go out there and try and win every game in front of us.
Yeah, we were saying.
And he doesn't trust the guys to come in behind him to actually get the job done.
And we literally got one CDM. That's how poor the squad is. We got one CDM, which is not good. And then you have to question the youth system to say, okay, who plays CDM in the youth team? Is he not anywhere near the level to come up and at least join the first team squad and learn from Casemiro? You can't get a better guy to learn from, but clearly the guy in the youth team isn't it either. And then, so I look at it and say, we got a real problem squad wise. We really have, and I feel like if Rashford goes down, and if you lose that spine, then we're just not competing. I'm looking at Eriksen, and he gasses out at 60 minutes, 55 minutes. He gasses out, and you know what? And I said to my brother, because my brother's a hardcore United fan. I said we never bought Eriksen playing every game. He was to be a backup.
That's exactly it.
For what's his name that stayed in Barcelona, Jason?
Sorry, just sorry to cut you, Big D. Everybody's come to see Jason. They're bigging him up in the chat. So Jason,
yes,
they're all shocked that Jason is on. So Mr. Troller is in the house as well.
Oh, Arsenal in the house here. He's
going to be saying a lot tonight. I guarantee you.
The day when Arsenal turn up, there fans everywhere.
Behave yourself. Kofi, behave yourself, man. Behave.
I didn't even know.
As Jason said, we need to go and look you up in some encyclopedia. Just behave. Calm it down.
Scott, we are talking about a brother that's got 5 Champions League. He ain't scared of nobody. Come on, man, behave yourself. He ain't scared of nobody. Come on. Right, come on, stop that. Come on. Man, I love you, Scott. I love you because you're dedicated, but come on, bro. Behave. Come on. Nah. And the thing is, if you look at the tackle, right, the moment he made it, he knew he may come and stop there. He didn't want to make it, but he felt he had no backup. And he made the tackle, and you could see the look on his face to say, yow, why you not put me in this position to make this tackle?
But someone
it was soft,
That's exactly what happened, Big D. He got put in that position.
In that position, right, to make that tackle. Yeah. And for me, Palace was a must-game. I think like you said, Jason, we weren't supposed to drop points at Palace, and he felt that was a goal opportunity, and he made the tackle. He lunged. It wasn't even vicious. You have to remember. I think as he lunged, the card was already coming out of the man's pocket. You know, he wanted to book him. He wanted to book
but
him.
it wasn't a great tackle now.
No, it was
100% a booking. It was
it was late. Yeah, it wasn't dirty, but it was late.
Nah.
And I said,
it was a bit high as well.
Yeah, and I said to myself, he thought he had to make that tackle, and it's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them. The rest is history, as Norman says.
Yeah.
Yes, Asha, big up yourself by you. Great win on Sunday.
But yeah, I mean, it's listen, Man U are a good team though. Probably the best to come to our ground this season. Respect to them. Next
Thank
season,
you,
they'll be on
Root
fire.
Cause.
But listen,
that's the best game you lot man had at Emirates all year.
And I 100% agree with you. 101% agree with you, because you guys came. And the thing is, you know, I thought that, you know what, we would probably have the best line presented the share of the football. But no, you came there and you took the game to us. You understand? You took the game to us. So that kind of like, I was like, God, so the pundits were saying, oh, Arsenal will have, you know, the lion's share of the ball and stuff like that. But you know, you came there. And I would say maybe the first half, you know, Man United. I mean, the fact that we got the equaliser, which was good, just going into Man United controlled the first half, and then the second half we came into the game, and pretty much the last 20 minutes of the game we literally, you know, peppered you. But we'll come to that. We will come to that. But yeah, it was silly, because, and I think D, you were saying, I mean, you know, with Fred, he brought on Fred. Now Fred was also on a yellow card. Yeah.
No, but remember on McTominay first. And I was hoping he brought on McTominay in the.
Aaron, you better behave yourself. Yeah? This is all Aaron's. Listen, all Jason Peters' families coming on. They're spamming the chat. Yeah, behave yourself, Aaron. Yeah, behave. Listen, guys, if you're new, please hit that like button, smash that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. On the road to 300. Come on, man. Come on. And if you like Jason, if you want him to come on more regular, put it in the chat, man, because the man is talking some sense. I've got to say that, bro. Yeah, say G.
Yeah, no. If you look at it, he brought on McTominay in the 69th minute. We were 1-0 up, and I actually looked at it and said, "Do we just shut the door, go proper defensive minded, and pull Casemiro?" Casemiro got the yellow card in the 90th minute, so it's not like. And then he brought on Fred, and he just left Casemiro wrong because he realised Trevor's here. Man like Trevor, you know. That's how, bro.
The Chelsea man. You got a back up there. You got your Chelsea man there.
Love that, Trev. Love that, Trev.
Yeah.
Man's going through turmoil right now.
Yeah. And so you have to look at it as if to say, I'm going to trust him just not to get himself booked, and it just never worked out. Because you know, it's like anything. You always want, like any sport, you want all your top people healthy and in the game. That way there's no get gel. Then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what? That was the strongest team he could have played, and then you look at a man like Jaden and Anthony. You have to worry about them too, Jace.
Listen, let's talk about. We need to talk about them as well, especially Anthony as well, because there are a lot of fans out there.
Don't get me started on Anthony.
Okay, fair enough, mate. I'm up the same way, Jason.
I'm looking at him.
80 million plus player, mate. Wow,
listen,
bro.
the guy's got one move.
Right.
Cutting.
What, that? Is he spinning around?
Spinning top. You know, I don't even know if you can call that a move. The guy's afraid to beat a man. He's scared.
Exactly. Yeah.
He slows all the play down. He gets the ball. He turns. He goes backwards.
Yeah. Definitely noticed that. Yeah.
It's like a retention. It's like a retention winger rather than an attacking winger. And
so I knew he'd play him. I know he'd play him because he plays him because he does defensive work. And that's why you can't play someone like Garnacho. But going forward, he offers nothing.
Yeah.
He's not an outlet. He doesn't get. When does he beat a man and get a ball in the box? He doesn't happen.
And you have to remember, we got that big old tree in the box now.
He looks like a Burnley player to me.
Right. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. And you look at it and say, you pray that we get sold, and we get sold to the Arabs.
It has to happen.
Not to the Ratcliffe brother, to the Arabs. I'm being greedy. I don't care. I want the Arabs. Because they spend the money, no. They'll spend the money.
We want the Arabs as well, man. We want the Arabs as well.
Listen, I'm not precious about. I hear a lot of talk about within the United fan base. I even saw them today, and they don't want like this sovereign wealth funds and all that. They don't. Listen, I don't care about that.
Right.
I want someone who's going to invest in the company, because you know what it is. As British people, we often like to tell people how to live, like we do everything perfect in this country.
Exactly.
I never quite understand that.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. I mean, listen, man. That's a whole new.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, and the thing was, in that game, I mean, the second half, Palace did put a bit of pressure on you guys, yeah, and hence, obviously, you know, that was a bad pass from Bruno. Because did you see the look he gave Bruno? Did you see the look he gave Bruno?
They wanted to punch him in his nose.
I mean,
he did.
You know what I mean?
He knew he got hung out to dry there, no, you know.
And the thing is, Palace were like press, and I'll tell you what, De Gea made some saves, mate. He made some saves. Now that worldy, I mean, you're in pretty much in the last 9 minutes of the game. That worldy free kick from
the free kick.
No keeper saving that, mate. Literally off the crossbar. I'm like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. You know what I mean? And that was like a hammer blow, a proper hammer blow. Listen, there's so many people in the chat here. Let me I can't even keep up with the figure. So let me just go down here. So just this one here, because if Mudryk is worth 100 million euros, Saka's got to be worth 200 million euros. People, what we're just quickly saying on that before we move on.
If Saka went on the market now, I mean, there's a premium for English players anyway.
Yeah,
he's young, and he's ripping it up.
But 200 million's a bit too much.
Well, put it this way, he would easily be 100 plus. If he went on the market today, he's 100. He's easily 100.
But you could say the same about Rashford.
Why is the Chelsea? Why is the Chelsea? Was it? Why is the Chelsea man sitting in front of the Man U badge? I think he's talking to you, D.
I'm not a Chelsea man. Trevor, what are you talking about me? Hey, Trevor. I listen for the Arsenal fans. When's the last time you had one of them on your shirt? When's the last time you had one of these on your shirt?
Wait, I say these get a little
bit. All right. I said what I said, yeah. Bro, I'm asking the question, you know.
Bro,
because boy, these are hard to get on. These are hard to get on your shirt, you know. And all right,
you have to work for that one, mate.
Right,
you don't get it after 20 games.
And this was with an old squad, you know. This was with an old squad. Jason knows that, innit? He knows that already. Ferguson, Tartan Blue.
As one would say, order. Right.
I actually be wearing this shirt, you know. This shirt should be framed, you know. I don't know why I'm wearing this shirt. It should be framed.
Right.
Should have told me that already.
Do you think Ten Hag messed with Jadon's head? He can't be raging in Germany and not cutting it into the UK. Again,
no, that ain't on Ten Hag, you know. I don't think that's on Ten Hag.
Ollie messed with his head. You know?
Maybe.
Ollie and Wreck-It Ralph, mate.
Yeah, I know.
At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I think Jadon's clearly got. There's something going on there with Jadon. I think,
and I think mentally as well, Jay.
Yeah. Maybe we'll hear something that's going on with him at a later date. But I think he's done the right thing with Jadon. Get him out the spotlight for a bit. Let him try and sort himself out. Because you know what, whatever's going on with him, some things are bigger than football. But hopefully, he can come back in a better headspace.
Man, like Corey, you know, that's your nephew, isn't it, Corey?
Yeah, that's my nephew.
Yeah, I see Corey in a minute.
He's saying we need better infrastructure, not big signings.
Yeah,
the whole thing. Yeah.
I agree with that.
And that's why I'm praying the sale goes through. That way, you can get rid of all these leeches that are all taking a backhander from the club.
Man like Andrew, yeah, we're saying yes, Arsenal man, yeah. I got my man, yes, Andrew, we're saying, brother. Big up you guys. Arsenal deserves more respect for what they're doing. Totally agree. Chelsea can buy me before the window finish. The problem is that other owners won't fork out there, like Abramovich did for Chelsea. Scott is saying 120 max. I'm assuming he's saying for Saka.
Pounds.
Saka.
Is that pounds or euros?
Plus.
Pounds. Okay.
Pounds. At Calvin Rob, but Bowley's buying everybody right now. No, right? Let's just go through some other ones. Okay, 2017, my friend. 2017, my friend. Right. Explain yourself, brother. True at root cause. And big ups to Mr. Brown in the house. JP in the house.
Yes, Leo.
Mr. Brown is there. Mr. Brown is there. The Manu. So all we got the Manu man's coming in and supporting the cause. But listen, it's happened. He obviously got the yellow card, and history is history. We move on. You end up drawing that game 1-1. We move on to match day 7 on the Thursday. Manchester City 4, Tottenham 2. Now, bro, I mean, Chile's not here to defend. What go on, man? What? How can you be 2-0 up? I mean, sorry, the defending.
Yeah.
Should I say what my man did? The goalkeeper for Man City was absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yes, the Tottenham man is in the house. Sorry about this. Let me just bring him in.
I want to hear the Tottenham perspective of this game.
Wait, is he here?
Yeah. Why can't I get him in? How many people? Can I get 6 people on? Oh, what's that?
Yeah, you can.
Same day. Yeah, what's going on?
Chili's I'm always here.
Chili's always here, right? He timed that nicely. Chile timed that really nicely. Yeah, he timed that nicely because we have just come on to the Tottenham Man City Tottenham game.
I don't remember that game. I can't give you any.
Chile, come on, man.
Chile, can you explain Wagwan, man? Because there's no Man City people here. So listen, you need to explain Wagwan, please.
You see what happened? It's the same as every other game. Well, apart from
how can you be 2-0 up? I mean, Man City first half were terrible. Yeah, you're 2-0 up. Yeah, you score those 2 goals pretty much towards the end of the first half.
Can I just say Emerson Royale for player of the season?
Chicken worm, more like it. You know what I mean?
Stop calling him that.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, so they go 2-0 up. Second half, Man City come out, and within 20 minutes, they're 3-2 up. And Mahrez was the man of the match.
Oh, he was brilliant, though.
I mean, listen, Lloris should have done better with the goal that went to his near post. He didn't do good there at all. But I was hoping that Tottenham would have done us a favour. Do you know what I mean? Because the pressure now was on, Arsenal going into the Man United game. Because at the end of the day, if you had beaten Man City, we would have been 8 points clear.
You can never count on Tottenham. You can never count on Tottenham. That's always a known rule in football.
You want me to start talking about things leaking at Old Trafford? Just chill.
No, but it's true. But come on, though. You know it's true. You can never.
Sorry. Just before, let me just introduce Chile to Jason, who's a special guest on the show. Who's a Man United supporter.
Sorry, Chile. Nice.
Yes,
so now let the fight commence. Sorry, go ahead.
No, listen. I don't dislike Spurs. There's never anything to really dislike. But I just think. Like, you can never, anytime you want Tottenham to stand up and do you a favour, what do? They don't even get a point. They just lose.
I can agree with that.
It's like, this is why I say I never dislike Spurs, because, like, there's nothing to dislike. You don't challenge for anything. You don't win anything. You're just there. You just make the numbers up.
No, I think that's going a bit far.
Yeah, but
I
think Jason is trolling you, bro.
I'm not. I genuinely think. Sorry?
You look making up the numbers
now you're talking about. No, but now you're talking about players, right?
Champions League, Asher. Ask Ez, he knows. Ez, tell him what we're winning.
We're not doing that tomfoolery today, Chile. Not at all.
We're winning it, mate.
Not at all. Not today.
We're gonna win it. Watch.
Champions League.
No, we just done what we normally do. We play well. We didn't even play well for the first half. We just nicked a couple late on, and then they came out and smashed. Well, Mahrez come out and smashed us.
Pretty much.
And then Lloris didn't help, you know. Well,
Lloris is deadbeat, man. Get new keeper.
I mean, what is he? 30? What is he? 36?
36.
Terrible.
And I keep saying he has the most mistakes leading to a goal. You know,
but yet he's still the captain. Is he not the captain?
You don't take the captaincy just like that. This ain't Aston Villa. You can't just come and take the man.
But Chile, like you can't have a baller like Harry Kane in your team and a goalkeeper just behaving like a waste man, and the goalkeeper keeps the armband over Kane.
You can't take the armband off the captain. That's muggy, man. Because mistakes.
No, but he's been doing it. It's not like a few. He's been hurting you, ain't he?
Yeah, but what's he done for the last 10 years? You just erase the last 10 years because of this season. You can't do that. If next season he stays, which obviously he won't, well, I'm hoping he won't, then they should take the armband from him. But not mid-season. That's disgraceful. That's Aston Villa style. We don't do that.
But there's got to be something about him, right? Because he's captain of Spurs and he's captain of France.
He was a great goalkeeper. He was a great goalkeeper.
I've never seen the greatness.
But he catches up to everyone.
I see. This is the thing about him. I've never seen greatness. I think he was an okay goalkeeper. I've never known this. I've been saying to my one of my brothers is a Spurs fan, as you lot know, David. I've been telling David for years they need to get rid of this guy. He's a liability, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse over the seasons.
And the thing is, the cap, just like Maguire under Ollie, the cap's armband keeps him in the team because of the armband.
Exactly.
I agree.
And that was happening with Maguire. When we wanted him back, Ollie wouldn't bench him because he had the armband on. And even now, and Jason, you'll see this. He comes on for 10 minutes. He takes the armband. Why would you even do that?
I don't understand it.
It's cringeworthy.
Yeah, it's cringeworthy to do that.
I'll be like, bro, listen, man, you brought the team out. It's good. I'm just going to slot in and do my bit for the last 10, 12 minutes. And he comes in, puts the armband on and big up his chest, and you're like, start barking orders.
What Scott's saying there about Seaman, great goalkeeper, great Arsenal goalkeeper. But at the end, he was making mistakes week off. But you don't just drop them. Show some respect and class, man. This ain't Manchester. That's not how
Yo, Chili. Listen, you have to remember that you're trying to...
What?
Now, you're trying to compete, right? Hold on. Let me land, Bridget. And you have to remember, even De Gea is realizing that he ain't the man. And he said, I'm willing to pay for 175 grand pay cut. He's willing to take 200k to stay. Because he knows that his foot game is not brilliant, and he loves the club so much that it's like, yo, just give me 200k. Forget the 375 a week that I'm on. Ask re-sign. He's so desperate to stay there, Jason, that he said he'll re-sign for 200 grand allegedly. 200 grand when you want 375.
But saying that though, D. Sorry, just saying that, D. Yeah. But for the sort of game now that Ten Hag wants from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You know, he wants a ball playing goalkeeper that knows how to distribute. So
in the summer, in the summer, I said go and get Nick Pope. Everybody was like, Nick Pope, D. All right, let me leave that.
I mean, he just smashed another record.
And I said to go and get Ivan Toney. You remember that, right? Nick Pope, Ivan Toney.
But you see, do you know, there was at one point, there was a lot of Manchester United fans who were trying to get De Gea out.
Yeah,
right.
True.
When we had Henderson, and I wasn't in that camp.
Not for Henderson, Jason. No, not for Henderson. No,
Henderson's a joke, man. Anyway, but I wasn't in that camp because I actually think De Gea is a good goalkeeper. Now I agree he's terrible with the ball at his feet, and that is an issue with the way Ten Hag wants to play. Because if you notice, even against Arsenal.
Yeah,
there'll be times when we're trying to build up play from the back, and we're getting, and he panics.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what he's doing with the ball. So
every time the ball went back, Jason, I got scared.
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
too.
because Arsenal was pressing.
Totally.
You know, when you were pressing hard, Norman, when you were pressing high, I kept saying, just kick it up, don't pass it back to him. Because never mind. Yeah.
But that's an area though where I don't think you can just say, you got to look at it as a holistic view and say, actually, okay, I might earn some kicking ability, but what do I lose? Because his shot stopping is unbelievable. I don't think he commands the box as well as he should do, but his shot stopping is unbelievable.
Exactly.
And in the end, you kind of got to, I think Ten Hag is looking at that and he's weighing it all up and saying, well, if this guy's prepared to stay for 200k, then let's
and the joke is right. Joke is, Jason, 200k is peas, you know. 200k a week is peas. So it's not like the man. It's not like the man staying for 50 grand.
For you, D. That's what Harry Kane's on a week.
Exactly, Chilly. Right.
And you're paying that for a second-class goalkeeper. De Gea's washed, man, and you, man, know it. You can hang on to him and say that you're going to pay him 200 grand a week, but you'd have been better off, like you say, getting Pope. You pay him 100 grand a week.
It was actually, Chilly, it was actually him that said that he's willing to take the pay cut. I don't think the club has even made an offer yet. He said he will take the pay cut to stay.
He knows he's got to pay. What does he? You think that Man United are going to offer him another 300 odd grand a week contract? No chance.
And then probably as well, Norman, that no one's come in for him, as in no one's come to his agent. You know, in Spain or whatever.
Not the money that he's after. Not the money that he would need to get.
200k a week is a lot of money.
Yeah. And the age. How old is he? How old is De Gea now?
How much is Ramsdale on? Norm.
Ramsdale, he's on a.
Or Alisson, Kofi, either one.
Alisson will be on again.
He'd be on that.
I don't even think Ramsdale is on 6. I think he's probably on about 60, maybe 70. Because they're looking to renew his contract.
But what do you think exactly? What do you think he's going to be on when they renew his contract?
Well,
he's going to
want parity.
He's only going to be on 120 still. 120.
He's going to be no. When he gets his contract renewed, he's going to be on big money. It's like anything. They're going to look around and say, okay, what's the top goalkeepers on? And then they're going to try and work somewhere in that ballpark, and that's how it works. This is football. I mean, look. At the end of the day, this is Man United. You pay a premium. We ain't Spurs.
Always. Yeah, always, man.
Yeah.
There's always that extra tax on whether it be a new contract. And you have to remember as well.
But they've done that to themselves, wasting money on all these players.
Yeah. I hear you. I think last week we spoke about Phil Jones not having a squad number, and he's on 120 grand a week.
It's a joke.
I mean, are you mad? You know what I mean? That's the foolishness we were doing.
But that's Ollie giving his mates contracts.
Who's your highest paid player at United?
It's De Gea, isn't it?
It might be De Gea now. Ronaldo.
It used to be Ronaldo.
Now Ronaldo. It might be De Gea.
Is it De Gea? Sancho's on about 370, a week.
Is he?
Yes, he's on big money. That's probably what's going on with his.
I don't think he's on that much, I don't think he's on 370.
Check the
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
But Man United
and what's on good money? Oh, Jason. Casemiro's on good money as well. Because you remember?
Yeah. He's on about 350. He's on about.
It's about 350. Cas is on about 350 as well.
Well,
but he came for free though.
Sancho's on 350 for sure.
Is it?
For sure.
I knew it was high. I remember when he came in. I remember it was a high contract, but it's what we do though, Jason, isn't it?
This is the thing. The whole mental health. I think so. Someone said it. Someone said it in the chat somewhere. Manchester United structure is it's broken. It's all wrong. Like we're throwing money. We throw money around. We pay people who should have left the club because they're worried about buying someone as a replacement. They're letting contracts run down. Like the way the club is operated is terrible.
Yeah.
And right now they're so broke that we've got this 6'5" guy who can't run playing up front. The guy can't run.
He's not even that great. Poor man's crouch. Disrespect.
It really misses me and baffles me the fact that Man United got no money. Because when it was talked about, you know, when they were talked about in the transfer and they're saying, oh, you know,
Because
man,
they're
all they can go for is loan.
That's
I'm
not
like,
it, though, is it? That's I mean, D will tell you that that's not it. That it's not that they don't have no money. This is bookkeeping. This is a bookkeeping
that's what it
exercise
That's
for the
right,
sake.
yeah.
And you have to remember, Norman, they've never spent their own money.
That's why.
Yeah,
So
that's
if they spent some of their own money, then we would have had money for the January transfer window. But
apparently, when they took over, you were debt free, and they put all the debt on the club. Everything they've done, they
500 million.
Yeah.
So, as soon as they signed the contract, they dropped 500 million debt on the club. And Jason, I'm hearing it's close to $1 billion now.
Yeah, it is.
And so even if the club goes for 5 billion, there's
You
still
gotta
$1 billion in
have
debt,
6 before you,
and maybe another 2 billion to fix up Carrington and Old Trafford if you're not going to knock it down and start all over again. So whoever buys Jason needs to have a nice 10 billion just hanging out with.
This is why I was saying, in the comments last 1 week, that I just don't see how Manchester United sell the club. The Manchester United sell the club in Q1.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Can I just read this chat out? Asher says, I have a cat for sale. Will Chelsea...
Do you know what? I'd rather these jokes. Do you know why? Because back in March 2022,
here we go.
Telling me my club weren't going to exist. Chelsea Club's going into liquidation. Yeah, so make these jokes. Now we've got money to give out. That's what you're basically implying. That's all right.
All right, we'll see. Chelsea are in for a shock, man. They're going to crash. Watch.
I don't know about that, Chili.
Yeah, I do.
Look, do you know what, Chili?
State your case. Yeah, go on.
Because spending 500 or 300 or whatever
pennies.
million.
The man owes LA Dodgers. He spends that.
All right. Keep thinking that.
But what you got to remember about the way I see the Chelsea situation is he's committed a certain amount of money to the club. Once that money goes, I'll be interested to see what he does then.
But that's what I'm saying, because he put in his bid that he's going to spend 500 mil, didn't he? So
no. He put in his bid that he was going to spend 1.5 billion.
1.25.
Oh, all right, then 1.5, whatever it is. So he's going to spend that. But then what do you do after that? You can't carry on. And even if you
that's not the plan to carry on.
Even if you do carry on spending like this, you're going to get banned from European football. And
Chili, what's the difference between? Our plan is not to continue spending 500 million every transfer window. But what's the difference between spending 500 million this window and another club spending 100 million over the next 5 windows? It still equals 500 million. But
you're going to be spending over those windows too.
Well, no, who says that?
You're not going to spend 500 million this window and then not buying one until 2028.
Think about it, Chili. We're signing these players on 8-7 year contracts.
Yeah, I heard someone signing 25 years or something.
The whole plan is to slow down how much we're spending.
I remember you say you were explaining it, what they're doing, but unless everyone buys into it, it's not sustainable, and you'll see. And I can't wait. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, but if you look at the buying, Chili.
Yeah, but Chili, why are you saying this, man?
If you look at the buying, right?
Let Kofi, what you say quickly?
Go on.
Is it because Daniel Levy's like really tight with his money?
Word.
Right, don't even get me started on Tottenham. From the very top to the very bottom, it's just ruined. It's lucky it's Norman's show, because the words that I want to use, I can't use. But we're just in turmoil. We've got owners that don't want to spend, or they want to get 30 million players for 12 million. We wanted Trossard. We went in with 12 million. Disrespectful.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work, is it?
And then we've got a manager. We've got a manager who won't commit to say that. So we've got him until the summer. How can you back him if you don't know he's going to be here next season? Our best player is saying, "Oh, he'll talk about his contract later." Our sporting director is a criminal. What is going on?
But the thing is,
got
don't
messed up with the
forget,
Juve thing, innit?
Levy wants to recruit,
and then our fans
stadium
are now
money spent.
calling for the owners to go. It's turmoil, man.
Wow.
But if you look at the situation, Chile, if you look at the situation in Barcelona, right? So Barcelona was spending like the mafia was bankrolling them, right?
They're in trouble.
Yeah.
But I think they knew they were going to be in trouble, so they said at least we a over expanded squad when FIFA or UEFA put the blockers on us, because you have to remember, they just get signing, and we were like, okay, what are we missing there with Barcelona? So to see Chelsea doing a similar thing, you have to watch yourself. What we're missing there with Chelsea. Chelsea may know that they may get some sanctions, but if all their mans are already there, it don't matter, does it? Okay, if you give us a 2-window ban, you're like, look at our squad, we good.
But the thing with Chelsea, they I mean, listen, they're gonna have to get rid of a whole heap of players in the summer.
They've got about 30 players out on loan, man.
Well, you got. I'm not even talking about the players that are on loan. I'm not even talking about the players on loan. I'm talking about the current squad that they've got now, because with the amount of people they've brought in, I think Ez alluded to this last week, that they could sell 10, 11 of the players and maybe get over 200 million, and that will kind of sort of balance the books. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, and players will. I mean, I'm talking about player in total. I mean, Arsenal. I'm selling our players, mate. We can't even get 5 mil. You know what I mean? And
you have to remember, these guys still got Lukaku coming back. Lukaku's on contract till 2026.
How's that gonna?
Love it.
What's gonna happen there? Seriously,
how much is he on?
He's on stupid.
Peas, man.
350.
Yeah, he's on peas. Yeah,
he's on big money.
You're stuck with him until that contract done, because no one ain't paying him that money.
No.
The way these lot see it, is that they didn't buy him. They bought the asset, of course, the club.
Yeah.
But whatever they can get for him, they'll take it, because they didn't use their physical money to buy him. That was under Roman. Okay,
and that's fair.
So they will cut their ties if it means that they have to take 10, 20 million, whatever, to get him off the books, because that will save over the next 5 years or however long he's got left on the contract. I don't think they're too worried about that. Hence why they're spending like this. Come on, they're billionaires. This money wasn't given to them. It's not Roman money no more. These are investors.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. This is like, I follow a lot of American sport, right? And the thing about these Americans, they understand that in American sport, your finances are guaranteed. There's none of this relegation. There's none of this, I missed out on the Champions League this year. Yeah. Like, this concept that, if I get to the playoffs, all right, it's a bit of a bonus. But actually, in American sport, there's only 3 or 4 teams that are trying to win anyway.
Yeah.
The rest of them are just in it because their money's set.
Yeah.
And that's why I look at this guy and I think to myself, he's committed this money, right? So they're buying all these players. I'll be interested to see when this all ends, when that 1.5 billion is done on all the stuff that he's committed to do other than players, what does he put in? Because we all know you're going to have a nice squad, but the reality is, like, you have to refresh a squad. You could have won the league, but you have to invest. And they turn around and they think, oh, this new guy's here.
I agree. I think it's one of them wait and see ones, though, Jace. You have to wait and see. We can't knock it now and say, bro, I can't wait. But, it's exciting because it's different. It's a completely different approach. That's why everyone's a little bit skeptical still. Even some inside Chelsea skeptical. But if it comes off, it's a joke.
It won't.
But Chile, what proof do you have? What's your argument?
Looking at what's happened in the past when people have had long contracts and then they can't get rid of the play. The guy that Man U bought from Arsenal, Sanchez, couldn't get rid of him.
But Sanchez was at the end of his peak. But look at the players we're buying, 21, 22-year-olds.
So then what you're doing is hoping and praying that they fulfill their potential.
Absolutely.
How many players have you seen come through? Forget everyone else, your club that haven't. And so that's why I'm saying it's risky, man. It's risky, more than a little risk. It's a huge risk.
But Chini, you can't judge it until the time elapses. Do you get it?
I
get what you're saying, but you're saying it won't. But the argument is
we have to wait and see.
I don't think
we have
it
to
will.
wait and see.
Just
We'll
because
have
I
to
know
come back here and
right.
We'll have to come back here in 18
they might
months.
be right. They may well be right, but I can't see it.
Yeah,
I cannot see it.
I'll take that. Actually, I'll take that rather than it won't work. I'll take that. But
So,
you know,
quick one from question: who has the best football ground in the Premiership?
Tottenham.
Maybe Scott has answered that question.
Nah, Tottenham, man. Yeah, Tottenham.
I think Scott's right. It's
about time
one of the highest seasons.
It'd be interesting to hear what Asher's got to say. Let's see what he fires back with. Okay, listen. Let's move on to Bourgeois, Liverpool, Chelsea. Kofi playing at home. Gakpo, your star player. Nunes sitting on the bench. Should you have started him? Come on, talk to me, brother.
Man, yeah, we played like away team. Chelsea were all over us first half, and I don't know. There's deep problems in that team. I've said it time and time again that midfield needs to be scrapped, start again. And the thing is, Chelsea know how to play that 4-3-3 system. Like, they just know how to play us, and we need to change up the system. I've said this so many times. Klopp needs to change that system. It's terrible.
It's the only way he knows how to play, though, Kof.
Yeah, but the thing is, so many teams have sussed it out.
Yeah.
Is it the way he plays, or is it now the players playing it?
It's a combination of both. Because there was, I think it was Graham Souness saying that. No, it was Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank saying that Leeds players run 11 kilometers more than Liverpool. Yeah. So the players are not even running anymore, you know? So that means that the counter press is not even working.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But you know what they say, though, the greater the manager, the greater the ego. Managers don't often change their approach. They generally stick to what they believe in until either it works or they lose their job.
Tell me about it. Look at Conte. He will not change that system.
No.
The thing is, Klopp is in this position where his head is so swollen that I don't think he can be even like cut off his job, because, you know, the board are probably thinking, oh, you've done so much for us. And now where we are, we're in a better position than where we were when he first came in. But you've also got to realize that we have to switch it up again. You know, if we're going to stick and live with the likes of Man City, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep going.
That'd be crazy.
But he hasn't been back though, has he?
No.
In a sense because if you look at that midfield that needed overhauling, and then those players, and I said this, Genie, you should have given Genie his money. You know, and you already know our opinion on justice for Mane, right? And so you look at those things and say, was this Klopp or was this the board? Was Klopp being to say these mans ain't worth their money, or was that the board saying we're not paying these guys that money? And I think the rest of it just unravelled.
The thing is, Klopp, I think he wanted to keep the likes of Gini and Mane, and it was down to the board to realise their worth, and they haven't.
But what about Klopp's respect? What does Klopp say? Listen, if you don't give me the tools, I'm not working. I'm walking.
See, this is the thing. I think Klopp is just too nice of a guy to even come out and say something.
I think he's got the grit between his teeth to talk to them.
He's definitely. But then Kofi, one of the things that confuses me a little bit is I agree in the sense that if you talk about backing, he hasn't been back to what you'll see like Chelsea, City, all those like teams being backed, even Man United in many respects, right? But when he is buying players, he seems to be buying forward players all the time. Where's the midfield players that you're desperate for?
That's the point.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when I saw the Gakpo signing, I mean, I could understand because we're wearing thin. Diaz is not going to be about till about mid-March. Jota, probably February ending if he's going to be back. So, and Firmino's now kind of in that age where he's getting injured all the time. So, how do you change that 4-3-3? And Salah's the only one that is there, and he's not even playing well anymore.
Quick question: what formation do you suggest you play?
I mean, the 4-3-2-1 was good, but also the players need to be able to adapt to that system. And because they played 4-3-3 for so long, I think it's a little bit difficult for them right now.
I was saying on Shig's show last night, when we were playing our best football under Poch, all our players were young and we were pressing everybody and we were getting results. And then Liverpool done that. They had their young squad and they pressed really high and hard and in a wolf pack and they done really well. And that's exactly what Arsenal are doing now. Liverpool's team's aging. They can't keep... Arsenal's front three can run more than any other front three in the league. And they don't tire. Whereas every other front three is aging. And so Liverpool have got to now rebuild again. And
but the thing is, like, I'm not even confident of Liverpool even prizing Jude Bellingham this summer. Or they should actually,
I thought that was a done
serious
deal
about it, they should actually prize him now.
Do you think you should spend that much on one man?
How much is he?
He ain't gonna sort out. I mean,
it's
150 mil, right? Is
that how much they want for him?
Yes. Yeah, it's mad.
No,
it's about 150, Drew.
The thing is,
I can't see Drew coming to you now. No way.
That's a good point as well, Scott.
He's going to want Champions League football now.
From last season, not doing it this season.
Yeah. Both of them. Salah and Son.
Both.
Yeah, huge drop off.
Yeah, absolutely. He's called him. He might as well be a salad.
The thing is that midfield needs about 300 mil to get going again.
What, your midfield?
Good 300 mil.
Easily.
Just the midfield. Just the midfield.
Just the midfield.
I think that's a bit much.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Four players.
Let him explain himself. Go on, Cole.
You're looking at players like Naby. Naby's been way. I don't know why we even bought him because he's been injured.
He was a genie, man. He was a genie replacement.
Yeah, but from the start of his career at Liverpool, he's been injured so much. Yeah. And it's been a disappointment just to even have him in the team. He plays a couple of games, then he's on the sidelines injured for like 2 months. Millie's outdated. Millie needs to stop taking his 1-year contracts. Fabinho's legs. You're
gonna have Jay in the chat saying, "Leave my Millie alone." She's already said it earlier on. So
Fabinho's legs have been tired since we won the league.
He's 29.
Yeah, but Fabinho's acting up.
29. He's in his 20s.
You know what I think happened?
What's about?
You know that incident that happened when we played Arsenal? I think that's playing on his mind because
we do that to people. We do that to some teams sometimes.
Because he's sticking up for his Brazilian brothers because he knew Henderson said something to Gabriel. So he's not willing to play like he used to.
You're putting it down to that.
Yeah, I think there's been some uproar in that.
My humble opinion, if we're saying players' legs are tired at 29 these days, these times you've got people like Thiago Silva that's 38 this year, and you've got even James Milner that is still putting the fifth in there. I think it's nuts to say that you've got Casemiro being brought in for 60 million at 30 years old.
How can you be tired at 29?
Can't be tired at 29. That's the wrong one.
Look at the training regime of Klopp. He makes those players run like I don't know. And the distances that we were doing before all this drop off, we were one of the best and highly fit teams in the Premier League.
But that's what I'm saying. As you get older, you can't continue like that. Arsenal can do it now because they've got good young players. But as they get older, they're going to have to...
Example, look at what happened to Van Dijk the other day. Who was it? There was this... was it the Brentford guy? The Brentford guy outrun Van Dijk. And Van Dijk had the head start over the Brentford guy.
Yep.
So that says a lot.
I think it was in Bomo.
I think I said to you about Van Dijk with that injury, right?
Yeah.
He's never been the same guy with that injury. You know what it reminds me of, Jason? It reminds me of Rio Ferdinand. I remember Rio coming back from an injury, and Rio was like he's running in treacle. And I called my brother and said, bro, Rio got to go, man. His legs are gone. And I feel like Van Dijk wants to do, his brain is still good, but his body is telling him, I can't do this anymore.
He can't.
Slower league. He needs to go to a slower league.
Kofi could not talk to Roy Keane about 29-year-olds being running out of legs, because Roy Keane would definitely say What about Thiago? What do you think about Thiago?
No, Thiago's been a maestro. He's done well.
I think so.
Like,
you think he's good?
The thing is, like,
but how old is Thiago? How old is Thiago?
Thiago's 30, and he still has that passion because he can see what Liverpool has.
He's a bit injury prone still.
Yeah. But then, I mean, that's that skill level that he has. Like, you can't beat that.
Yeah. Naturally. And you have to remember as well, Norman, you're always going to get more injuries playing in that wet, damp. In the north, them players get a lot of hamstring injuries because it's always raining. Like Jason knows, you go Old Trafford, you bring a raincoat and an umbrella. Well, not an umbrella, but a raincoat. Because you know, if it ain't the roof leaking on you, the rain's going to lash you, no matter where you're sitting. So if you look at them players, if the roof don't get you, then the angle of the rain will get you. But if you look at these guys, you know what I mean, they're living in it, they're training in it. And the hamstring injuries, especially like how Liverpool were playing, Kofi, high press, that system always going to have players getting injured. Because you remember in Klopp's first season, how many of your players got injured trying to play that system? Pulling hamstrings for fun until they got used to it. So, it's kind of, it's one of them. And these same players will go and play in Spain and not have nowhere near the amount of injuries in a warmer climate. So,
how old is Chelsea's Thiago? 38.
38, yeah.
And look, he's still playing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. How can someone 10 years younger than him be complaining about legs?
Don't get me wrong. Thiago's one in a, he's a rare one. But still, that's almost 10 years different.
Matter. To me, if that's the case, you're out, mate. You're gone.
You're
gone, mate. That's it, right, mate. It's a joke. It's just a joke, to be quite honest. You're a professional footballer, like 29. You're saying you can't run no more.
No, that's it.
Like, why am I wasting my time with you?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, listen. It's what's the name for me to say? Granit Xhaka. Listen, he's probably one of our slowest players. We always have a go at him, but listen, the man, he's got a new lease of life.
Credit to Arteta. That was a managerial saying. He's like, no, you're no good. You're no good to me. You're not good. Yeah. You're no good. Go play up there where I don't mind if you lose the ball because you got some. It makes so much sense. He looks like a new player, Xhaka.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely 100%. 100%. But let's quickly move on. So look, it ends up Liverpool, Chelsea 0-0. We move on to Bournemouth. Nottingham. Bournemouth sitting in the bottom three, probably one of the candidates to go down. Nottingham Forest. I'm surprised by Nottingham Forest because they're currently sitting, I think, 13th in the table.
Yeah, 13th, Norm,
yeah.
21 points. 21 points. But a horrible minus 19 goal difference, Norm.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And I did say last week, there's not much separating down to 18th. I think it's maybe a possibly. Did I say 10-point gap between if anyone got the table up?
It's not even 10 points, Norm. Yeah. Like Bournemouth are on 17 points. And Forest are on 21, and Bournemouth are in relegation zone.
So we're talking points. Yeah, so we're talking 6 points.
6 points.
It's 11 point. There's an 11-point swing, right, up until Villa in 11th.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
Mad.
it's
tight down there.
Tight.
Yeah.
So listen, that game ends up being a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sort of go too much into Leicester Brighton 2-2. I mean, what your thoughts on Leicester, Brennan, the team? There's talk. I mean, Maddison's getting itchy feet, and I think they're after. I'm sure they were linked with. It was this week I was reading. I can't remember who the player was, but they're linked with a player. I can't remember who it's from. I read it and I can't remember for the life of me. But Leicester, I mean, they were. Did you see that goal by? Did you see the goal by? Is it Massimo? You know, the Japanese. Did you see the goal?
I didn't see the goal.
I missed it. No.
Brilliant goal, man. I mean, the guy.
He's on form right now.
He's a proper winger. He's a proper winger. Do you know what I mean? And I think he scores. I think he ends up scoring the first goal for them.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, 27th minute.
If I remember, so right in the 27th minute. And then Mike Albrighton equalising, and then Leicester going 2-1 up.
Yeah.
In the
Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes, and then Everton Ferguson in the 88th minute, getting the equaliser to make it 2-2. Brighton, listen, I don't see no issues with Brighton. I think they will,
Good side.
Yeah, they're very good.
I like Brighton.
I like their
new
manager
coach as well. The new coach.
Do like the new coach. But Leicester, I feel they've still got problems. I mean, I don't know what you guys quickly want to.
Do you know what it is though? Do you know Leicester, right? Yeah. If my memory serves me correct, they started the season poorly. Then just before the World Cup, they went on a really good run of games, didn't they?
Right.
If there was a team where the World Cup came at the wrong time, it was Leicester. Since we've come back from the World Cup, I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure they've won a game. Maybe I don't. I can't remember all their results, but I don't think they've had a great run of form.
That's definitely a manager. That
personally speaking, do you think Leicester are in any danger of flirting with the relegation zone, or do you think
I think the teams that are down there are so poor at the moment?
Yeah, I think Leicester got enough quality.
Everton, Southampton, even Bournemouth, they're playing such bad football that Leicester will be fine. Yeah, I think Leicester will be okay.
Yeah, just if you look at Leicester, just quickly, is anybody taking Maddison or Harvey Barnes in the summer?
Apparently, we wanted Barnes.
No, I'm talking about summer coming because I think both of them two are going to want to get out of there.
Well, Maddison, he was linked with Newcastle.
Was he?
And someone like Newcastle would probably take him. I mean, that ship has sailed with us with him because obviously we've gone for we've gone for Odegaard. Right. And Odegaard is doing really well for us. So I think if he does decide to go in the summer, somewhere like a Newcastle, maybe I don't know.
Jason, would you take him, Jason?
I was going to say, would you look at him?
Nah.
Jason saying no.
Personally, I don't want him. But
I was thinking about it, him or Harvey Barnes, but the step up is big. When you come to a beast like Old Trafford,
I think
just stepping on the pitch is enough to give the man a heart attack. Forget about the 70,000 chanting. Just when you step on the pitch and you see the majestic madness about you realize that this is probably bigger than I thought. And sometimes that happens with players. They come to these big clubs, and you think you're good until you get there.
Two things, yeah.
Mentally,
as you're saying, can Man United afford to buy Harry Kane?
Yeah, we take out another loan.
Levy said that any Premiership team wants him. It's 100 mil.
Is it?
He's joking. Listen, all that's going to happen, Harry Kane is going to stay there.
If Man United come in for him, Chelsea are buying for 110. So I hope you do come in for him.
Not a chance.
If Man United are under the current ownership, right, if they want Harry Kane, they would negotiate at the start of the window. Levy says 100 mil. Man United say, no, we'll give you 50. They negotiate throughout the whole of the summer, and then it comes at the end of the window, we pay 110.
Exactly, Jason. Exactly.
That's just stupid. That's the stupidness that we do.
Yeah,
That's the foolishness that we do under the regime. What they do makes no. That's what they did with Anthony.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. All the time we were chasing De Jong, right? They offered us Anthony for 45 mil, and then we chased De Jong till that thing dead, and then we go and pay that big old money for Anthony. We could have got him 6 weeks earlier.
You know your director of football. You've got a new director of football, John something. You know he's never done the job.
John Murter. Yeah, John Murter. I know. He's just he's a monopoly man. He's a monopoly finance man. And for these guys to be working in finance, right? They all come from that finance background. You would actually think that they'd like to keep a little bit of their money, wouldn't you? You think that, yeah, listen, man, this is how I got rich in finance by.
But to be fair, it comes down from the Glazers, doesn't it? It comes down from them. It comes right down from them, and they just do. They do.
And it's been a loan. It's been a loan, and this January was the first time the Glazers didn't take dividends, Jason.
Yeah,
because they knew they couldn't take the dividends. Exactly, bro.
Nothing to take.
They're playing at. They've shown their hand, man, and now they've been exposed. You know what I mean?
At least your director of football's not going to be in Wormwood Scrubs.
You're like, don't drop the soap, my boy.
Boy. Listen, we move on to Southampton 0, Aston Villa 1. Southampton, boy, I don't know what he's going to say.
No, I got that one wrong, you know.
Yeah.
Remember, because I really thought that they could get a win at home because they know it's now or never. As in, you're in a hole now.
It's disappeared. All I can see is the badge.
Have I disappeared?
Wow. Yeah, you've disappeared, bro.
Your badge is up.
Okay, that's mad.
Still. Well, it doesn't matter. We can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear. We can always talk to the badge and let you sort your.
I really thought they could have done something there, but I don't know, man. And I think if you don't get a point off Villa, you're heading for the relegation, man. They're the games where you gotta at least get a point if you want to stay up, because they are rooted right now, aren't they? Southampton, I mean, 15 points minus 18 goal difference. They're in the mud right now.
Lord. And I mean, look, you know, Unai Emery's done really well. Funny enough, the time that he's taken over, funny enough, he's got the second best win percentage of, I think it's something like 71%. So he's doing an okay job with Aston Villa, getting the balance right between attack, the midfield, and that. And I think, you know, whether he's going to get the money to spend this January, I think the summer he will get back in. He's a good manager. I mean, we used to have him, and he's obviously done well in the Europa League, winning it. Was it 3 times in a row, something like that? So we'll see how he goes with it. But I think Aston Villa will be okay. We move on to the big sack race, and that was the West Ham, David Moyes against Frank Lampard. West Ham 2, Everton 0. And basically, whoever lost this game was
everyone said they were getting sacked on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Listen, Bowen getting both the goals. Everton, their defense. I saw the game, the highlights. They are rubbish, right? Frank has been in the post just under a year. He's got a win percentage. Yeah, he's got a win percentage of 17%. That's his win percentage. So based on the 20 games that he's played, I think he's drawn 3, lost 11, and 1. Do the maths, right? Yeah, terrible.
But Norms, he'll get another job.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of us on here. Want Frank.
What? Hang on. When you say another job, what? Another Premiership job?
I won't be surprised, right, if Frank Lampard got maybe like a top Championship side job.
I said that. I said that's what he needs to do. Go learn your craft and come again.
Yeah. And I think that was the issue with I took with him as well, because like he went from coming from the Derby job, but after the Derby job, and then it was the links with
Norman. Wait. You got Arteta, mate. He literally came from being an assistant manager to being a top man's
That's true. That is true.
It's working out now, but it wasn't before.
Yeah, no,
because last season you were talking about all these good boys putting out cones. And now you want to be singing his name. You're
Chili, tell him, Chili, tell him.
I just had to catch Luke in his stride there. Set.
Man just caught me off. Man just off. Listen, just a second. Just got to go somewhere. bro. I need to catch myself here. No, what else? No, let's go back. What I was saying, you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
I was just thinking, yeah, and you're absolutely right, Ez. You know, I didn't think he should have been able. Arteta should have been able to get that job. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because he didn't have the experience. Okay, yes, he works under Pep and all of that, blah blah blah. But I was looking at, you know how managers come up through the ranks, and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think there's certain, where we're going with this. There's certain managers they just don't get a blight.
You know, he's doing it the right way that I must respect. Like one, obviously Vieira, I think he's doing a good job with Palace. Obviously, he's going through a rough patch now with results, but he's doing. But also company. If you see the football burn he's playing.
Oh, listen. Yeah. Listen, man, I've watched them a couple of times. I'm like, they're playing some good
football. They're playing football. And if they can make it up, I think he'll continue that or try to at least. But that's him learning a craft. I think Lampard's got it quite good jumping from Derby to Chelsea.
I think no way he should have got that Chelsea job. Do
you know what it is, though? On his CV, it says he won top 4. He got top 4 and he got to a cup final. So that's what everyone looks at. Oh, well, he done well to coach Chelsea to top 4 and a cup final. But that's all he's got going for him, really, Frank. I haven't seen any tactical finesse in him. And I love Frank, obviously.
My title was that Frank got lamped, but who is going to take the poison chalice? Who's going to take the poison chalice? Now,
it's a big job over there.
They've been linked with Bielsa.
That squad is dead. That squad is dead.
They're in disarray because, they're selling the club.
Yeah, not only selling the club, they've ended up losing. Was it the guy that's just gone to you now, Chile? He was meant to sign. He's on loan.
Yeah.
The manager or something. Some guy.
Yeah.
He's only loan,
but it still helped. Yeah, it still helped. He was going for Frank.
Yeah, it was definitely. And everything.
He done a William, man. He had a medical with them and press conference. And
Everton were ready to announce this thing.
Yeah.
And the man didn't turn up.
that was poor from Everton, though, because if a player's coming in and you know that he's coming in for the manager, at least make you sign the paperwork before you sign the manager.
They should make him sign and then the next 10 minutes sack Frank.
It is absolutely
maybe
crazy.
That's a bit cynical. Maybe it's a bit cynical.
But listen, it is a bit of a mess in Everton. I mean, listen, we've got them next. And they're talking about this new manager bounce and whatnot. No, we didn't have a good record with them last season.
Bounce? I ain't
but like with everything, I mean, listen, last season we went there, we lost 2-1.
You're gonna smash them. You're gonna smash them.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Oh, sorry. D said no. Either way, you can't see me. I don't know. Maybe D. Maybe if you come out and come back in, sign back in and see what happens. Yeah.
I might just try that.
Try that, and I'll look out for you. Yeah. So just going back. Everton is in a bit of turmoil right now. And they're obviously looking. They are looking for a new manager, and Bielsa is one of the targets. Also, Ralph, ex Southampton manager, and
I thought you meant Wreck-It Ralph.
No.
So did I for a minute.
I can't even say his surname, but you know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
Asanoff or whatever his name is, and also there was another manager. What did put name? Actually, they're interested in Frank. They're interested in Frank Thomas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can't see them getting him. You know what I mean? Just add D back. Yeah, cool. I can't see them. I can't see them getting him. So yeah, I don't know. Do you think that Everton? Listen, they're building a new stadium. Yeah, they're currently building a new stadium. They got players that are on monies. Yeah, I think Jamie Carragher came out and said they're the worst run club right now as we speak. The worst run club.
Well, worse than us.
Well, that's what he's come out. Listen, these guys are brother. Like they're sitting on 15 points. The only reason why they're better off than Southampton because of their goal difference. Yeah, they're sitting second from bottom. It's a madness. And if they end up,
does that make Southampton the worst run club?
No, not necessarily. Because when you say worst run club, yeah, I know that, but then you've got to look at context in terms of, I mean, the way they've spent a lot of money. Everton has spent a lot of money.
Yeah, they have spent peas. Yeah,
they've spent a lot of money, and it's just a total mess right now. You've got the fans literally, after games banging on the coach.
Everton spent a hell of a lot of money. Yeah. It was like nearly $1 billion. It was like 700 and something.
Right now, currently, yes, they've got a stadium that they're building. When that stadium gets finished, it's going to look nice. But bro, if they end up in the championship, man, they're gonna have to get rid of a lot of players. Simple things.
Yeah, because they're along with Arsenal, Everton are the only team never to be relegated, right, from the top division.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
So, and last season, Frank saved them. Yeah, he saved them because they went on this. I think the last few games they pulled themselves out, and you saw all the rejoicing on the pitch and everything. But this season, what's the name said? Look, boy. Frank, sorry, man. I'm gonna have to lamp you now, bro. Because you 17% win percentage.
But the players they brought in were deadwood players. Let's be honest. They sold Richarlison for 60 million. And who they bring in, guys? Someone just tell me who they brought in. You tell me. No one can name them.
No, that's true. That is true.
They brought in Neil Mapai. They brought in Dwight McNeil, who just didn't even survive relegation with.
And they brought in the Wolves defender Cody.
Cody.
Cody. Yeah. And now there's talk. There's talk. That Newcastle are in talks with Gordon.
Yeah. That's looking like it's going to happen.
That's happened. And there was rumours that was Anana, who they just bought last season. I think they bought him for
30 mil.
30 mil. That we're linked with him. Yeah,
they both haven't gone to training. Both of them, Gordon and Anana, have not turned up for training.
Well, Gordon didn't turn up for both. Anana turned up.
He's been pushing for a move for ages, though, when Gordon.
Yeah.
He's been flirting with Danny.
Listen, Chelsea were after him.
We put down 60 million for him in the summer. Yeah. We put down 60 million for Gordon.
Right. Yeah, I remember when he was a big talk.
If I was going to buy him and he didn't turn up for training, I wouldn't buy him.
No, but that's pushing the move, mate. That's pushing the move.
No, you don't do that though. What about when he wants to leave you?
Yeah,
you don't do that. They don't do that.
I mean, classic example. Like when Real Madrid coming from Madrid, he's going to start twerking for them. You get me?
No,
yeah,
exactly. there is context to these things. Yeah, so you're not going to trigger me with Mudryk. I have the last laugh with that moment. I have the last laugh. Anyway, with Anthony Gordon,
man coming on for his cameo. Mind you, he did okay for his cameo.
He looked all right. Did you think he looked all right?
I'm not saying he didn't. I thought he looked okay. But let's wait and see.
So did Trossard look good, Rooms?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Anyway,
compliment accepted.
But there's another player, Norman, that down tools to get out of there, and he'll down tools again if we don't work out. If Madrid or Real Madrid turn up for him, he'll do the same thing, bro.
Exactly.
That's the argument.
I mean,
Gordon won.
I heard that Phil Jones down tools as well.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
I think Allardyce needs to come in and step in at Everton.
Allardyce
came out and said like he was probably the best manager for Everton. He's the best one that done. I mean, Sean Dyche. Craig is saying Sean Dyche would be an ideal manager for Everton. What do you think, guys?
I think that's a good shout to get him out.
Moyes was the best manager from Everton.
Who was that?
Moyes.
Yeah, I mean, there was talk about maybe Moyes going to.
You think Ancelotti was good whilst he was there?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Ancelotti was good, to be fair.
Yeah.
But the moment the Spanish came calling, he was out of there, mate.
Yeah.
He was out of there, wasn't he?
I don't think Martinez was that bad, was he?
Big up sentiments. Long time no see sentiments. How you doing, brother?
Yes,
good to see you, brother.
Yes, my
guy.
See you,
man. Let's up.
Yeah. So sorry, what you saying? Who was talking there? A minute. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I was saying to Anthony Gordon's one, he's been getting threats by the fans and stuff. They're all chasing his car outside his house.
That's
So I think his reasons for moving are beyond, it's kind of political, compared to just because I want to move and you're not letting me move. So that's Gordon's case, but the rest of it, you're right, Chili. You don't want to see your players not turn up to training because
absolutely, that's not the
It's just the way the modern day. So a lot of the modern players do this stuff to get.
They need to put things in contracts that stop them doing it. You're right. You do that, you don't get paid.
Yeah,
and some of them are on money, but
you see how much they will stop doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's definitely a good call. Definitely.
There's always a ways around
clubs
this.
Don't want to keep a player that don't want to be there anyway. So
exactly.
you probably get a move eventually. Just be patient.
True.
Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle 0. Newcastle keeping another clean sheet, another draw. They moved. I mean, they got a 1-0 win yesterday against Southampton, against a 10-man Southampton. So they're going into the second leg of the Carabao Cup, probably as favourites to make the final.
There's a ref watching that one.
Yeah, do you want to bring that up then, my brother?
Well. There was a Joe Linton handball, which was never ever handball. Now, I only watched the highlights. I didn't watch it in game, but did VAR check it? Did anyone watch that game live?
Yeah, I saw it. The VAR checked it. Is that the one where Is that the one where he scored, isn't it? He scored from the handball. Yeah. So the VAR checked it, and then I turned it over just at that point, actually.
And it was never a handball. When you look at it after,
I thought it was handball.
No, man, that one, it hits his midriff or ribs or whatever. But
it looked like this to me. This area.
No, I mean, Norms, you got to start bringing these videos in.
Well, I would get done for copyright, so I'd have to do. It'd have to be like a frozen shot.
You have to put some gospel music in the background so it counts as something different.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, obviously we're not talking about the Carabao Cup, but if you did spot that. But listen, I think Newcastle will probably end up getting to the finals, and it's who they're going to face. I know Man United are playing tonight.
Yeah, just started them.
Yeah, and
they played a strong team, you know.
But yeah, I know he's gone with Casemiro in there.
He's gone with a strong team. Yeah.
Hopefully he won't do no more scissors kicks and all that in business. So,
that referee could not.
Right, let's just quickly move on. Leeds 0, Brentford 0.
Go 1-0.
Oh wow. There you go.
Who scored? Rashford just done a
run like he
did against Arsenal.
Did
against Arsenal.
Wow. They're playing
Forest.
Yeah. Listen, bro. Yeah, and they're playing away to them. So, bro, it's a foregone conclusion unless something drastically happens. I can't see. Semi-finals, you know what I mean? So I can't see that happening. Leeds 0, Brentford 0. I'm not going to really go too much into that. I think Brentford are pretty much safe. Leeds, same as well. Manchester City 3, Wolves 0. Now, first off, Wolves gave them a bit of a game, and I was just thinking, just keep it like that because, bro, we're playing Man United after you guys, and I don't fancy this going to 2 points because that would be added pressure on us against Man United. But Mr. Terminator, tapping. My son calls him the tapping merchant. He says he ain't got. And to be honest, that's all he does. I don't think he has any. Mr. Who do you think? The one that's got 25 goals, right? Going that fourth hat trick, unbelievable, mate. Is the guy?
He's doing his job. He's doing his job.
Four goals.
How they going?
That's right.
And that kind of put the pressure.
On. It is interesting to see the way having him in the team has Manchester City play so different. The way they played with the false nine, now it's like a different team you're watching there. And the thing is, if he doesn't get serviced in that sense, he doesn't create much for himself. I've been watching this
he
a
doesn't.
lot, but if he's getting a service, he's a hard man to hold.
But he's a hard man. So the thing is, that, guys. Look, Man United, you beat them. What was your game tactics? Because he didn't score in that game. He didn't really have a look in. Yeah.
So Norm just call out there to tell him he needs to nullify De Bruyne and David Silva,
And then we're cool.
and then whatever Mahrez gets, he gets. Whatever he gets. But you have to make sure that this man doesn't get fed their balls over the top. Those
exactly
balls
what it is.
that are cut in the grass, whether it's over the top or cut in the grass. And that's where you beat them.
He will find a way.
Yeah, and I think your midfield is strong enough to do that to them. As in, just occupy De Bruyne and David Silva, and you ain't getting much service there. That's the truth. It's only Mahrez then that's really going to service him at a level that he needs. You know what I mean? So
It works in ways with them. Once they get him clicking. Sorry, Norm. Once they get him clicking, it's over. Right? But if you can nullify him, you can nullify him. You got a chance, or nullify his service. Then because he was still, the game against us, he was still making great runs.
Yeah,
but they just couldn't get the. They just couldn't get the.
Couldn't find him.
He was getting frustrated, and I think and there's games where I've watched him, where he hasn't touched the ball for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There's no point in having that kind of striker if you're not getting a ball to him. You've got to get them touches. That way he feels a part of the game. Otherwise, you see that his head goes down and he starts cussing to himself. You've seen it a few times. Like man just cussing to himself because he knows that. Give me a chance, and then he'll fluff one, and then he won't get the ball again for another 10 minutes. And it's like, man, you have to utilize him better for sure.
Mate, but listen, he ends up getting his full hat trick. You know, what I mean, he's going to be breaking all kind of magic. I mean, he's already scored more goals than the Golden Boot winner last season. And I think we're talking 40 goals. He's got, listen, there's 19 games to go. And the man has scored 25 goals in the Premier League, just the Premier League alone.
I think if his second half mirrors the first half, he's going to get 50 goals in the league alone.
That's mad, isn't it?
Unbelievable. And so with that said, you know, Man City duly win that game 3-0, and the pressure now is on the big. Rivalry is back in full effect, guys. It's definitely back in full effect. It's back in full effect. And as you can see behind me, there's Big D laughing, and there's myself there. AFC beat the MUFC, bro.
Wow,
in full effect, man. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Don't worry. What was it? Don't worry, D.
This one.
Game of two hearts.
This one's sour.
So, guys, let me first introduce to you Mr. Eddie Nketiah. What's that song there's a song that they sing about him, something about the dance thing. We can't remember what it got. Eddie Nketiah. Come on, talk to me.
This was the man.
Nketiah is wearing number 14.
Right.
Now, what do you think of him now?
So, what was that?
Early,
Sorry.
man, it's early.
Listen,
Arsenal man was trashing him, you know.
Thank you, Ed.
Arsenal man was trashing him for him being the man, for him wearing the 14 shirt, and then he beats Man United and Man City singing his name.
Let me say, sometimes you need to put pressure on these people. All I want to do is
you man was cussing when he signed his contract and got 100.
Right. Tell him, Chili. Tell him.
I wanted to be proven wrong. Yeah, I wanted to be proven wrong.
So that means you're Arteta in it,
Norman. And so listen, guys.
You're Arteta in now, Norman. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, listen, people. Listen, guys. For the first time, people in the chat, listening all over the world, in New Zealand, wherever you are, I am officially saying.
Say it, Norm.
I'm officially. Hold on a minute, bro. Hold on a second.
He's still drinking United tears. Come on, man. Stop it.
Let me just drink some United tears first. Why that one tastes salty, man. Sorry, no, guys. I'm officially saying Arteta in. I've said it.
Wow.
Thank you, Norm.
You should put yourself on timeout. That's a disgrace.
Wow.
Can you officially say Nketiah deserves to wear the number 14 shirt?
Nope.
No, you can't say that yet. Definitely not.
100% no.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay,
man.
but if you win the league, do you say it?
He's not going to win them the league.
No. I'm saying if his goals take you over the line, do you say that he's worthy to wear that shirt and you win the title?
Of course he would.
Okay.
You'd have to say that he is, though, if he does that.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
He's from South London as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
South London.
So are Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What's it? I'm sorry, Eddie was not convinced. I was proved wrong. Yeah. Sure, just finished handling pints of gravy. I don't know. I've been gone for a hot minute. You changed. Laugh out loud, bro. Listen, the football that we're playing is 19. It's 19.
Flip-flopping.
Listen, guys, you've got to give credit where credit is due. And for 19 games, losing one game, drawing 2 with an 84% win. Do you know what? I'll tell you what. What I did say was, like,
remind me who you lost again, Noms.
Huh?
Remind me who you lost to again. You said you lost one. Who did you lose to?
The game that we lost to.
Okay, no, I see you, bro. I see you.
Man is clutching at straws right now. But listen.
I'm just asking a question.
But let me say this. I did say there's shows going back that you'd ask me about, about if Arteta is in. Why I'm saying this now? Because what I'm seeing, the process and all of that, and I did say that come the end of the season, if we are challenging and we're within X amount of points of Man City, and we've gone out there and give it our best, then I'll be saying, you know what, Arteta, take me off. Because to do what he's done this season, to finish 8th twice, 5th, and then I didn't think we wasn't even looking to be in the top 4. We wasn't even looking to be. I know people are coming at me in the chat, but it's just like Craig is saying, I'm subscribing saying Arteta in. Come on, Craig, man. Allow me, brother. Allow me, bro. Allow me. Yeah? I know I'm probably going to get clipped up on this, yeah? I'm Arteta neutral. Still don't like the man, but I won't hound the man like last year, which is a fair result. That's probably what I would probably say.
But why don't you like him, Norman? Why don't you like him?
No. When he first came in, he was a little bit arrogant, man. You know what I mean? He was like one of these guys. I think he's like the man. No, man, just calm down. Yeah, you just come putting out cones and everything for Pep, and you're coming in here like whatever. Just behave yourself.
No, talking to Pep though, Norm. Do you think that Pep gave you man them 2 players to make it interesting? Because you have to admit, them 2 players that he gave you were decent players, man.
Look, the talk is.
No, I'm stuttering,
I mean, I'm not stuttering. I was. Let me speak. What I'm saying is basically, Pep probably looked at it, and I've heard it on other chats that probably Arsenal weren't going to do anything anyway. So yeah, take 2 of our players, and listen, with Ireland coming in, there was no way my man was going to get a look in. Jesus was going to get a look in. And then you're bringing in other players. So Zinchenko wasn't getting game time. So listen, he just said, well, take the players. But I'll tell you one thing, Man City will not be getting Saka. Yeah, Liverpool won't be getting Saka. So all sit down and behave yourself. That's what I've got to say.
Make sure he signs his contract then.
Okay.
He'll sign it. Don't worry about that, man.
He hasn't signed it, has he?
No, he hasn't signed it yet. But just calm.
That's dangerous, Norm. That's dangerous.
Let's just keep calm about it.
Why hasn't he signed?
All these guys have not signed their contracts.
Because Eddie's a joker. Joker.
That's not true, is it?
Yeah, that's you're absolutely right, Ed.
Luckily, these men love the club. Luckily, they love the club enough. I think they'll sign.
My wife has called me fickle. Oh, please.
What did you eat today?
I'm fickle. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
No, we just take you out for
Anyway, quickly, because we're coming down. Arsenal 3, Man United 2. Now, D, you had something that you wanted to say to me concerning the reason why you lost this game.
No, it's not even about the reason why we lost this game, but you know what? There wasn't a fair playing field, a level playing field, should I say? Because there was no rush to play that Palace game, in my opinion. Right. And Jason quite rightly said it. That big teams are expected to pick up the slack and play 3 games a week, and then a team gets a whole week to rest the squad. Yeah, you have to look at it and say, I think the powers that be personally want Ten Hag, because you see Ten Hag, he doesn't bow to the media pressure, and I think I feel there's a little agenda there. They want him to fail, and what he's done in 6 months to go to Arsenal and give them the best game of their season.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you. Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah,
so
if
you had a certain man without his best team,
exactly, yeah.
And
so I look at it.
Okay, so who's his best team then?
Well, he didn't have his talent. Like our main guy in our team at the moment,
Casemiro. One of the things was put to after the Crystal Palace game. A question was posed to Ten Hag to say, look, you've lost Casemiro, with a yellow card, blah blah blah. Yeah. And he turned around and said to them, "Well, we beat Arsenal without Casemiro, so what's the problem?" And he's absolutely right, because Casemiro didn't come on until the 80th minute in that game. Yeah. And I know the reason why, because obviously he was just getting weaned into the game.
He just got there. He just got there, didn't he? He just got there.
So I get that. So you being 3-1 up, he comes on in the 80th minute, shore everything up, cool. Now in that game, that same game where you beat us 3-1, we didn't have Partey. He was injured. Yeah. Right. And then on Saturday, Sunday when we played, Partey played in that game. Yeah. As a matter of fact, in midfield we had Lokonga against you guys. Yeah. Yeah, Lokonga. That's who we had playing in the middle of the park for us.
And we had Scott McTominay.
Yeah, but I'll tell you that Scott is better than Lokonga.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Whoa!
No, he's not.
I would rather take Scott.
Bro, you have heard me.
No, Scott doesn't hide. Scott doesn't hide. Lokonga does.
Oh no, Scott
hides from the. Do you hear me say at the start of the chat? Scott McTominay hides from the football.
Scott, this is what Scott does. This is what Scott was doing, right? The goalkeeper's looking for an outlet. Scott is running with his back to the goalkeeper. That's telling him, I don't want the ball. He's running up the field with his back to the goalkeeper. He's not looking at the goalkeeper going, I'm here. No, man. He's worse than him, Norman. That brother that you played is better than Scott McTominay, trust me. And if whoever wants him, Sunderland, whoever wants him, come and get him, man.
Well, again, I'm heard it. He's linked with, who's it again? I saw it.
Yeah, today. I saw it somewhere. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember who the team is. He's linked.
Probably Southampton or something. He goes to Southampton.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, go.
He's linked with a team.
He offers nothing. Jason will back me on this one. When you need him, like if you need him to do a dirty tackle, then yeah. But after that, he ain't offering you nothing. But he don't want the football. He doesn't want the football. So
he's a passenger.
Yep. It's like playing with 10 men.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at Ten Hag, he got to realise that he couldn't lose Fred and Casemiro for that Arsenal game. And I think he gambled the wrong way. And if I'm going to be critical of him, I'm saying you actually start Fred ahead of Casemiro in that game and give Casemiro the last 15 minutes to see the game out against Palace. But he went the other way. And like I say, when he brought on Scott in the 69th minute, he should have pulled Casemiro. But he didn't. He left him on there. And you just think, nah, bro. And you know what? He's new to the league. And maybe he doesn't know that back in the day, history like us man know it, that when it was Man United and Arsenal going toe to toe and everybody else was just in the background watching us kick the crap out of each other, Vieira and Keane. Like if he didn't go back in the history to see that when Vieira and Keane were there, this was the biggest game of the season, every season. When them two were leading out Arsenal and Man United. So
let me just pose this quick question before we go to the last game.
I like that.
Would you say now? I mean, with the way Man United are going now with Ten Hag, the massive improvements under him. Do you think that rivalry is back now? I mean, watching that game on Sunday, did you get a sense of what it was like? Because I mean, Thingy came out, Gary Neville came out and sort of said, which gave us some compliments because man don't like us, doesn't want us to win the league anyway. He keeps saying Man City, blah blah blah. But he did come out and say some complimentary things. The same thing with Roy Keane as well. And he said it was like watching Arsenal and Man United back in the day, 20 years ago. So would you say that rivalry is back now? Because you are a good team. You've probably been the hardest team that we've played against at our ground.
And this is just quickly, and Jason can comment on this. For me, I think the rivalry never really went away. It was just a case of that both teams dipped so badly that we weren't relevant. but now you guys are top of the tree. You're relevant. So going to your ground
And
now is a big
that's
deal
absolutely
again.
true. Yeah,
It's a big deal again. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? Go on, Jace.
Yeah, Jace.
No, I've just seen Forest just equalised, by the way.
No way.
Actually,
The stream is slow, Jason.
Oh, is it going to VAR?
Yeah, 1-1.
yeah, it's going to VAR. I think it might be
No.
offside. I think it might be offside. But you know what I'd say on that, and I agree with what Big D said. The rivalry's kind of always been there, because I think between Manchester United and Arsenal, I think because we tussled for so many years, we just don't like each other, right? So any time we play, no matter what form we're in, we want to win. I don't think the intensity in that rivalry is the same as obviously what it was, because we was going for titles.
Yeah.
So
true,
I think
true.
until that intensity comes back, the goal's been disallowed. Until that intensity comes back, where Manchester United, maybe next year or whenever, hopefully we can be challenging with you up the top, then I think you'll see it right back to where it was.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And Root Calls has kind of put that in also in the chat and in total agreement with that. And I think because, over the last couple of years, it's been between Liverpool and Man City.
Man City, that's right.
So, they're both tussling and that. So I think.
But even that rivalry it's been a pretty whack rivalry, to be quite honest. Like in terms of the Arsenal Man United rivalry. That was a serious that was a serious game of football. Like between not just the players not liking each other, the fans. Arsenal and Man City, Liverpool and Man City, definitely. Definitely, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll tell you, all them games.
And it always kicked off in the tunnel, Jace. You remember?
I think always.
Every time Arsenal came to Old Trafford or we went there, went to Highbury, it kicked off in the tunnel before they hit the pitch. And you were like, this is going to be a mad game,
I mean, I think D made a statement some time back, and he was sort of saying on our Man's Them chat that we used to be going at each other, hammer and tongs. When rivalry was there. Now we hardly in it. We hardly talk
football.
We hardly talk football because, as you said, we're quite irrelevant at the moment. Yeah, but now we're starting to become relevant, and the same with Man United. And I think if we do go on and win the title, what's the pressure? Turn up the summer, and I think that's where it will.
You ain't going to win if you're going to finish third, and United are going to finish seventh.
United.
on that note, Tottenham will get relegated then. If that's
that ain't going to happen.
Well, you know what?
We'll finish above United. We'll finish above United. United are rubbish, man.
No,
they're going on a nice little run now. What have you done all before this? Nothing.
Yo, but Chili.
To be honest, let me just come in here.
No, the man's been there 6 months
about
too.
some big rivalry.
Chili.
6 good games.
Chili. Hold on, brother. Hold on. This is a man that's come into the club, right? In 6 months, right? Now, remember what I said start of the season? I said I would take a good cup run, and I think we'd probably finish 5th or 6th. I said that. So there's no, you can back to, I said that. And everyone said, really, G? I said, yeah, because it's a rebuild. And you have to remember, even though the players he's brought in, most of that squad ain't his squad. So if we finish top 4, that's shame on mans like you and Chelsea, in my opinion. Because he ain't been there no time to be, he's got no business finishing top 4, in my opinion, in a rebuild. Because it is a rebuild, whether people want to admit that or not. So if he does it, then people got to, then pundits, then media people got to tip their hats and say, you know what, this man came in the first season and finished top 4 and got to a cup final or whatever. So you have to not get overexcited because we are going to go up and down.
That's
like a roller
all I'm
coaster
saying. Don't get overexcited.
No, I'm not getting overexcited, but like Jason said,
it's nothing
the
like
rivalry,
what it was back in the day between you two.
But that's the point. That's the point I think we're making. It's
not
the same.
No.
It's not. It can't be the same because really, it's all you're fighting for now is 3 points. Then we were fighting for titles.
You didn't like their fans didn't like you, the teams didn't like each other, the managers didn't like each other. No,
I think it's
the
still
managers
the same.
were a big part. Ferguson and Wenger didn't like each other.
Yeah. No, and that's not true, because
or they were they didn't like each other.
No, Big D. They didn't like each other. They didn't like each other, Big D.
But yet they drink together.
Until Arsenal became irrelevant. Then when Arsenal became irrelevant,
true,
we were still winning. Fergie was all right to come
and have a drink. Come and have a drink. Yeah, you're right, Jason.
That's the only time. That's the only time.
That's true.
Thank you for reminding us, Jason. Really.
Yeah, thank you for that history lesson, Jason. I forgot that, Redrid.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But saying all of that, Tottenham are only 3 points behind you guys in 4th place. So 36 points. They won their game
in hand.
Yeah,
but they're Spursy though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's they won their game yesterday. They won their game. They won their game on Monday.
Fulham for the Fulham. No, but you're right though. You're right. You're 100% right. We'll probably finish 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
You know what? It's still a long season to go, Chill. I wouldn't write yourself off like that.
But the truth is,
well, I can only go on what we're doing at the moment, and Conte is not going to change that formation. Any team that we play that doesn't give us a good game, I don't know what they're doing, because you know what we're going to do. So you should prepare for that. It's not like you got to think, oh, is he going to play a different formation? Who's the personnel going to be? You know who we're playing and how we're playing.
But Chile, think about it though. You've been terrible this season, but you're still 5th, right? And you're still ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea. So, even it's not as bad for Tottenham.
I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying.
It could be.
We're so poor. We are so.
Listen, you played on Monday. You win that game 1-0. Harry Kane getting his 266th goal, matching Jimmy Green's record,
199th in the Prem.
And he probably will take over Alan Shearer's record as well. So, you know, even if he doesn't win a league title, win the Champions League or win the Carabao Cup or whatever, at least he's winning golden boots and breaking records. So
he don't want to show his grandchildren that.
but then he needs to move to a club that's going to win something. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing now. So really, he's only got 2 clubs that he can move to in the Premiership, and that's Chelsea and Man U. And are any of those going to win the league before he retires? You don't know. And Levy's not going to sell him to Chelsea anyway.
No.
I don't think that would be smart. It just wouldn't be smart. He's too much of a big character for Tottenham. The rivalry is too much.
Yeah. It definitely won't. But yeah, so listen, it was an eventful weekend of football. As I said, the rivalry. We're talking about the rivalry with Man United and Arsenal. I think you rightly said. I think once we start winning titles and tussling for titles, and I think that will intensify, as you say, Jason. That will definitely intensify. So, kind of looking forward to that. My missus just tapped the table because she's disappointed that Liverpool are not where they're meant to be. But it is what it is. What's Asher saying? Are Man United going to win the Premiership League? Well, I don't see them winning it this
not this season, Asher. No,
not this season.
Even if we'd have won the game, against Arsenal, we still weren't going to win the title.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have the squad to do it right now. No, as you see, the drop off is huge once we lose a key player. If Rashford gets injured, there's all that pressure on Garnacho. What is he? 20 years old, 19 years old?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's the same. So we have too many. If he gets injured, you're not going to win a title when you're worried about a key player getting injured, because you look at the bench and go, nah, man.
I think the key thing for your club is that you get it sold quickly. Yeah.
Right. That's the thing.
And get the right person in, which is for you, D and JC's an Arab. Possibly.
Yeah, it's not. This guy's not going to invest.
It don't matter to me, as long as they got deep pockets and they're going to invest.
They're going to invest,
But Jason, my fear is that the Sir John Ratcliffe guy will buy it and not want to and Jim want him and not put in that Roman. I want to put in that Roman style money.
Yeah,
and fix up the stadium, fix up Carrington, a new gym, bring in a new catering team. On them Sunday, you know what I mean? Brand new kitchen.
If you look at the way Sir Jim has run Nice, it doesn't tell you that he's going to do all of that stuff.
Exactly, and that's why I don't really want him, Jay.
So,
well, I'll tell you what, it's really interesting times ahead going forward. Because I'll tell you that the summer is going to be. Do you think? I mean, well, barring Chelsea, because the way they're spending right now, because you know what I mean. But I think the summer there's going to be some big spend. I mean, we're linked with Declan Rice. You know, he wants to come to us. We're talking anywhere between 5 million. Yeah.
He wants to come to you lot. He wants to stay in London.
Yeah.
No, to come and catch some rain in Manchester.
Where did you read that?
This is the thing. They're weak links. They're weak links.
They're weak links. Yeah, they're weak links.
No. But what his agents are doing are the right things because
they're pushing it. They're pushing the little things out there.
West Ham have every chance of going down.
Yeah.
So he will be linked to everyone that has the money at the moment. And they won't shut anything off, and they will look at it. That's a smart thing to do. You do it, Jay. If your boy was you know on the move, you consider everything and have. To say he's interested in solely Arsenal would be poor from his agents, and that's not what.
Listen, it's the agents. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that's the news that's coming out. I'm not saying
that Modric guy was keen on Arsenal. Just saying.
Yeah, you can just say what you need to say, bro. Yeah, you can just say what you need to say. Yeah.
Is he a London guy? Is he London born?
Right.
Yeah, he's London. He's London born, isn't he?
He was
from the Chelsea Academy.
Chelsea Academy. Okay.
Yeah.
So he may. So you know what? He may want to stay in London just because of the whole family links. A lot of them players.
It's the family.
Yeah. You know, which is fair enough.
It wouldn't surprise me if he went Spurs. It wouldn't surprise me.
For real?
No. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
He's got to go to one of the big clubs.
That surprised me. I think he's keen to, because he's given up so much. He's given up so much money. He's left a lot of money on the table because he wouldn't sign that contract for so long.
Yeah.
And I think he really wants to win. And I think going to Spurs, you know, what's the point, right? He wants to stay at West Ham.
Or go United.
He's not coming to get rained on. You know what I mean? like the rain is real. The rain is real in the northwest. You know what I'm saying? Northeast, sorry, in the northeast.
But listen, guys, I'm just gonna finish off with the prediction table. We're not gonna do a prediction this week because obviously we've got the FA Cup weekend. So the following week, the following week. So
forgot about that.
Listen, we've got, as I said, we got a tough one going away to Man City this Friday. So we'll see what happens concerning that. But let me just quickly share the table with you guys, and as you can see,
I'm still clinging on.
So you're still clinging on. Chile is making headrows. It's 7 points behind you, Big D. Ez on 11 points, Kofi on 10. I'm still sitting in the Europa positions right now. So, bro, it is what it is. You know what I mean? 2 Spursies, ha. And Rue calls that Asher Lingard right versus Sky Michael. Yeah, that was
Sky Michael.
That was a tussle, man. When I think, do you remember that challenge? Do you remember that challenge?
But
that right he made on Schmeichel.
Yeah, man. Yeah, long may live.
And there was rumors that Sir Michael called him the N-word, innit?
Yeah, that's right. You
remember that? That got real toxic. That did. What are you doing? What are you doing, Peter?
Yeah.
You can't be doing that, bro. You know what I mean? You can't be using that word. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you can't be doing it. But listen, as you can see, D still tops on
the top of the league, man. That's all right, man.
Obviously, it's not tallying up with the amount of games. The only reason why we're so many games behind is because at the start of the season with the postponement and stuff like that. So wherever it stops, yeah. But you know, we've done it based on the games that we've predicted. So with 19 played, the halfway mark. Obviously, some teams have played 20 games, and that I'm sitting in the Europa League on 7 points. But listen, it's okay because I'm just riding a crest of a wave right now. So it is what it is.
Don't you think it's crazy that we're only halfway through the season because of the World Cup?
I know. It's mad. It is absolutely mad.
Can we just say that again? We're only halfway through the season. I just want to say that for my old Arsenal family friends, right? Just so you remember, you don't get given a trophy half. You've done a great job till now, right?
Well said.
Halfway.
This is where they normally fall
said.
off as well.
That's
It's
why I said
normally
they're
the
going
back
to
end.
finish third.
So you got us finishing third.
No, I think you'll win it. I actually think you're going to win it.
Chill. Why don't you just keep your poker face, man?
No, I'm not in the race.
You've just
I've
upset
got
Ez,
no
man.
dog in that fight, mate. And so, yeah, I think they'll win it.
Okay, so this is the order that Scott has got it. So people, let me know. Quickly, just bombard the chat. Just put the positions of where you think your teams will finish. Scott has got Arsenal first, Man City second,
Newcastle
second, Newcastle fourth, Newcastle third. I don't know who's fourth. Man United fourth.
He didn't do
Man United fourth. The race is not for the swift. That's the Bible scripture there.
That's it.
Man United, yeah. Man United are not rebuilding. How much does your squad cost?
Wow.
So that's from.
Wow.
Asher. Listen, we could go on and go on and go on.
Trolling,
guys,
he's trolling.
He's trolling. But listen,
as much as Wreck-It Ralph was a madman, Wreck-It Ralph was right. He said they need 11 to 12 players for them to compete.
He was right.
It was right. Even though he was a madman in his, but he was right with that.
Right. He was right. He was right. In a lot of the things he said about the club.
Yeah, because that was his job.
When it came to managing the team,
that's not his
thing. Yeah, that's not his thing. I know. Yeah.
I know we could talk about this, but that's the only weird decision about hiring him in the first place. He was doing his job by analyzing the club, and if he got that seat upstairs, I think your club would be run very, very well.
Yeah, in fact, I was hoping that. I think I actually said that.
I don't think Ten Hag wanted him.
That's what I think as well. Yeah, I think they would have knocked heads a little bit, Jay. You know?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, we've been going.
Yeah, man.
2 hours and 6 minutes.
Solid,
It's been solid. The chat has been lively. Thank you guys for staying with us. I really appreciate it, Jason. Big up to you for being a guest on here.
Listen,
you are
thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Don't come back, Jason.
Big up to you. Big up to the people in the chat.
Man. Big up the chat, man.
And that really appreciate your support. Let's keep this community going and yeah, man, long may it live, and let me just carry on riding that Crestwell wave. Please let me not fall off that surfboard. I can't afford to fall off that surfboard. As I said, there's still 19 games to go. We take it step by step, one game at a time, and we'll see where we end up come the end of the season. But listen, thank you to everyone in the chat. Please hit the like button, subscribe and share if you're new, and we'll see you on the next What's Going On podcast. Take care, and God bless.
See you guys.